Hi, I'm Dawn Stevens with the Mom's Choice Awards. I have with us the award-winning author, Lee Edward Fodi, who is the author of the book Kendra Kandlestar and the Door to Unger. Welcome, Lee.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your award.
Thanks. It's actually my second award with the Mom's Choice Foundation. This is the second book in my Kendra Kandlestar series, and the first book won as well.
Great, great. Well, tell us a little bit about this one, where the inspiration came from it, and how you wrote it, how it got started.
Well, this book is a sequel to my first book, Kendra Kandlestar and the Box of Whispers. And my inspiration for this book is really simple. I just love doors and mazes, and I wanted to do a book. This is obviously a book for kids where, you know, it's ages 7 to 11. And I always kind of write for my inner child, right? Like, what would I have liked to have read when I was 10? So I wanted to write a book where there was this strange doorway that opened up once a year and led to this very kind of strange maze of monsters. So my protagonist, my main character, Kendra Kandlestar, the girl here with the funny braids, she's going to end up in this maze. Okay, so
she goes through the door, she's amongst all these monsters. Is she learning things as she's going through, or?
Well, my book is the way I write is it's fantasy books, and my main purpose is always to entertain. So we're talking fantasy, we're talking adventure, we're talking animals that talk.
Right.
But for Kendra, yes, the maze, there's some symbolism there. There's clearly it's not just really monsters, it's representative of something else. Most kids don't really look at it that way. They just love the fact that she's in this maze and she's dodging monsters and there's all these things going on. But this book, especially at the end, there is some definite, I think, the moms who read this and the teachers who read this, that's what they really, gravitate towards, is those types of messages. But the emails I get from kids, it's all about the monsters.
It's all about the monsters, yeah. So they're actually learning and they don't really realize they are. They're just kind of caught up in the story.
Well, I don't know if I'm really teaching something in a sense, but I think I'm confirming something with them. It's some powerful thoughts and messages about how we relate to the world. So a lot of times in my book, it's the main question of this book is, what is a monster? Is a monster something that looks a certain way, or is a monster something that's inside of you? And I think that's kind of the central question, and we can, extrapolate that to our own lives. Like, what makes a person? Is it how they look? Is it how they behave? Is it how they are on the inside?
Right.
So I'm telling that in a very mythical, fantasy sort of way, which doesn't have a straight translation, right? But I think most kids intuitively understand those sorts of things.
Yes, I think they do. It's awesome. So this is your second Mom's Choice Award.
That's right.
And it's of a series. We have Kendra Kandlestar in the first one that also won.
That's the Box of Whispers is the first one, and this is the second one.
And this is the second one.
And there is a third book, The Shard from Grief. It has not won the Mom's Choice yet.
Okay. And it's already out?
It's already out. It came out late last year.
Okay. Has it been entered for the award?
I believe it has.
Okay, so we're just waiting to see if it's going to win.
I'm just a bumbling author. I don't always am on top of these things, but I believe it has been submitted to the Mom's Choice. We're going for 3 for 3.
3 for 3?
Yeah.
Wow. You're 2 for 2, so I would think it's going to follow suit.
Yeah, I was very pleased because obviously it's for me it was somewhat daunting of a task to write a sequel, and it wasn't something I had necessarily intended to do after the first book.
Okay.
So I had a great idea. That was the number one thing, and I had lots of emails from kids begging me for more. So those were the two things that prompted me to write a sequel. And then of course I'm like, oh, I wonder if I should submit it for this award. Would I really win it? Would I really win it twice? And my publisher said, no, submit. So
great.
Good thing I listened to them.
So there's 3 now, so it's not just a trilogy. It's really going to continue.
It's going to continue. I'm working on a 4th right now, and I don't know exactly how many. I'm thinking 5.
Okay.
I would love to do other things. I love Kendra, but I would also love to write other stories.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So, and do you find, I'm sure Kendra being a girl, it's attractive to young girls, but because of the monsters and the storyline, it's also very...
it's very strange. Like, I definitely have girls who love this book. And I would say I get a lot of emails through my website and through the Kendra Kandlestar website in response to these books. And I would say it's about 50-50 girls and boys. And the girls, I've had some very passionate emails from girls, but there's something about the boys. They are so passionate about these books. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. I always laugh when teachers or librarians or booksellers say, oh, this is a book for girls, because the response I get tells me that it's not. It's for both. I mean, I think the thing that actually captures the girls and keeps them involved in this book is the fact that Kendra is a girl. But if she was a boy, I don't know if this book would attract girls in the same way. Because the boys, they're on board. They love the monsters. They love this is kind of like a Narnia style book. There's battling, it's not grotesque, it's not violent, there's lots of action, and the boys, especially younger boys, who want to perhaps read, you know, a Harry Potter or something, or Aragon, something that they can't quite get through, this is a good stepping stone for them because it gives them all of those great, you know, they can get into a really great action-based, character-based story, and it kind of satisfies that need for them, and it's achievable for them to read.
It's great. And we are always, as educators, looking for books that boys want to read, that they enjoy.
Well, I teach creative writing to kids, right?
Oh, okay.
I have to confess that part of, it's not conscious, but part of what goes into my writing process is thinking about my kids, my students, and what they like, and what kind of catches their attention. And, you know, it's a little bit of, I know what kind of catches their attention because I'm the same way, but it just feeds, you know, it feeds into the process. And I have a lot of fun sharing my books as I'm working on them with the kids. So I'm an illustrator as well. I'm the illustrator as well, and there's over 100 pictures in each of my books. So I turn to a page that has no pictures.
No pictures.
But
there you go.
You can see, there you go. It's not hard to get to a page where there are pictures. So that's such a part of my writing process as well, is drawing. And it's something I teach as well, is using the imaginary arts to connect with writing. So it's one of the things that also captures kids, is they love illustrations. And not a lot of books these days they're illustrated but not as heavily as they once were, right? And I'm really inspired by turn of the century children's literature and how visual they were. So that's why I have so many pictures in my book.
Wonderful. Great. Well, we're thrilled to have you.
Thank you very much.
As an honoree for the second time.
The second time.
The second time around, that's great. So, and your website, so we can find you and your books is?
I have two websites, www.kendrakandlestar.com and leefodi.com.
Fodi.com.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will definitely be looking for the next one.
I'm working on it.
And thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.